What's up, guys? Jay Lee here. Let's talk about orbiter bait. Orbiter bait. What is orbiter bait? Orbiter bait is when a woman feigns or pretends to be interested in a guy, however she does it, whether it's direct contact, verbally, or eye contact, fluttering her eyes, right? Smiling and looking away, some kind of IOI, right? In an indicator of interest, whether it's verbal or physical, it's feigned interest, meaning she is pretending to be interested in a guy in order to garnish his attention. Why? Because attention for women is currency. It is a valuable commodity that equates to something. It has a value to it. And the value lies in building up her ego, her self-esteem. The more attention she gets from the more guys, for some reason, it equates to self-esteem. It equates to validation, right? We talk about validation a lot in the Red Pill community. Don't validate a girl. Why? Because once you validate a girl, it shows that you're invested in her, you're attracted to her, you're interested in her, which means she's no longer interested in you, because women like to chase. They don't like guys who are easily accessible. They want the guys who are out of reach. This is why the guy who doesn't like her is the guy she always falls in love with. This is some sort of law. I forget what it's called. I forget the name of the law, but it's some kind of law, right? We all know this. This is how guys get put in the friend zone, is they're too nice. And we hear women say, oh, he's too nice, right? It's because you've already invested in her. She already knows she's got you. She doesn't have to work at all to get you, which in her hive brain or animal cortex equates to low value. If a guy's easy, he's low value. This is why you need to learn to play hard to get as a guy. Play hard to get, and typically a girl will be more interested in you. Oh, this guy's got value. Now, I say typically because the game is all kinds of messed up and changed now due to social media, which and dating sites, which has basically absolutely ruined most women in this area, because they get so much attention from random guys, so much orbiter attention and compliments and complete BS. Her self-esteem and her self-value, self-worth, how she views herself in the world is blown out of proportion astronomically. Barely any of them, if any at all anymore, are humble, right? Unless you're Chad, unless you are the hottest guy, right, physically, she's already going to put you into that category of just a normie guy who's just as good as an orbiter. This is how they do it now. This is the new thing. It was different 10 years ago. Even 10 years ago, because in the last 10 years, the dating sites and social media have absolutely warped and ruined most women, because guys are sliding into their DMs. Hey, baby, you're so beautiful. These loser simp guys who are hyping up her worth more than it really is. This is why you have women who are like 4s out of 10s walking around out there pretending to be 10 out of 10s, or really thinking they're 10 out of 10s, because these loser simp guys, right? So women view attention as a commodity, and they're attention miners, 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 meaning they go digging for attention. Women want attention. They want validation. Oh, I'm still pretty at my age. Even though I'm married, guys still want me. What happened with, is it Alicia or Ayesha Curry? I think it's Ayesha Curry. Steph Curry from, the NBA, the Golden State Warriors, his wife was whining about 3 years ago on social media, crying and saying no guy is pursuing me anymore. While she's married to Stephen Curry for like 7 years. Has his kids, I think. Yeah, she had like 2 of his kids at that point, I think. I know they had a little girl. She's crying and whining. I think it was on the Oprah show or the Whoopi Goldberg or some crap. She was crying and whining about how guys are not paying attention to her anymore. And she's like, oh, even though I'm not going to act on it, I want that validation. I want to know I'm attractive still. And it's like, what is that if not ego? What is that if not narcissism? You've got a great husband who's highly successful, if not the best three-point shooter of all time. Highly successful in the NBA, multi-millionaire. Everything you ever wanted as far as vacations, money, wealth. You don't ever have to work, and yet you still want thirst. She wants to be a thirst trap. It's insane. So this is female nature, right? So for some reason, women view that as it empowers them to know that, oh, I could still sleep with any guy I wanted to. Like, what is that? You're a tyrant. Like, that's not humble. Who wants to marry a woman like that? Who wants to fall in love with a woman who deep down thinks and even believes that she can go out and sleep with any guy she wants to? And let's say it's true. That's sad. That's messed up for our society, because guys need to have standards. And if it's true, it is what it is. Guys are at fault in that too. But at the same time, like, how about just have a woman who's like, I don't care about attention. I love my husband, and that's good enough for me. I don't want a bunch of guys thirsting after me. I don't need that drama. I don't even I don't even want that kind of ego boost. That's, I'd rather have an accomplishment. I'd rather have a real accomplishment. I'd rather have a clean house and raise great kids, or just be, enjoy life, instead of, oh, I need this narcissistic dopamine hit of these guys hitting on me and me turning them down because I'm so much better than them. Like, these girls really think they're better than the guys that they're rejecting. That's their attitude. Oh, I'm better than him. I'm better than these guys. Like, they really think that because guys want to sleep with them, like, it means that they're higher than them or something. And because they reject the guy, that it's bonkers, man. So attention in this way is a commodity for women, right? So they'll throw out orbiter bait in order to garnish as much of this attention as they can. They want full-time, quote unquote, full-time employed orbiters, meaning guys who are like giving them attention. They thrive on this, and this is why a lot of guys end up in this perpetual friend zone with girls, because they don't know any better. They're naive, and these women are taking advantage of the guy's kind of pure heart in a way. I mean, guys need to get red pilled and understand that, hey, like, if she's not going on a date with you right away, if you're not getting physical with her right away, you're in the friend zone, dude, and you need to get out of there. Because you don't want to be just some woman's attention toy. I mean, what is that? What is that? But this is why a lot of guys end up in the friend zone. They throw out this orbiter bait, and they want these full-time groupies, essentially. And I gotta say, if a guy, honestly, if a guy is in a scenario where he is a band member or a sports player or an actor or something, that's if you put yourself in his shoes, and if you've ever even been close to that level of status, you know that that's also an ego stroke, right? Because if you're famous or you're in any kind of status position, women will chase after you, and that goes to your head. That's an ego hit. Even for a man. But for a woman, it's not even based on any accomplishment. It's not even based on any talent. It's not even based on any kind of earned status, even. it's just an existing status because women are inherently worth more than men, unfortunately, and that needs to change somehow because we live in this gynocentric, radical feminist influenced society that puts women's sex, the sexuality of a woman on a pedestal. So her status and her value is based on her attractiveness and her sexuality. So really, a woman out here who's attractive like a model or who is sexy like an actress or something, she doesn't have to be a model. She doesn't even have to be an actress. She's just sexy like a model and like an actress. She gets status just based on that. And that is a bad sign, right? So these women out here are walking around as if they are famous musicians, as if they are famous actresses, and they really haven't done anything. They just existed and happened to be genetically, physically very attractive. That's it. And so you walk around with these women out here who are literally behaving as if they are these celebrities when really they're just pretty, or they're just hot. Right? So this is an ego thing, and this is part and parcel to a succubus. Because what does a succubus do? A succubus just drains your attention, drains your chi energy, your life energy as a man, drains your masculinity, and she leaves you with nothing. A succubus just takes. A succubus just takes. A succubus doesn't give back. These women are not giving anything back to the guys that they're orbiting, okay? They're not building these guys up. They're not giving these guys any attention. They're not giving them any interaction. They don't feel the same way. So this is what you'll see. I call them orbiter baits, or an orbiter trap, a thirst trap, essentially. Women will put out pictures or get on some kind of media, social media, or even around the workplace, or even at school or wherever. Even you'll see it at a store. You'll be at a store and this beautiful woman is like, she's got this smirk on her face and she's looking at you, and you think like, oh, maybe she's attracted to me. No, she just wants you to acknowledge that she's a beautiful woman, and then she gets her little hit, her little dopamine hit, and then she goes about her day. She's not interested in you. She just wants, it's kind of like the little kid. He's got a new toy, and he goes he brings his toy to the classroom at school, and he shows it. Hey, everybody, look at my new toy. And he's like, he doesn't want to share that new toy. He's not like genuinely, egalitarian about his toy. He's proud of his toy, and kind of in a way he wants his classmates to be jealous of his toy. It's my toy. It's not. And then the kids say, "Oh, I want to share your toy." And he's like, "No, it's mine." So he came there to show the toy, but he didn't want to share the toy. See, it's the same with these very attractive women, or even not even very attractive women. Just women who are attractive enough for a guy to want to sleep with them. Right? They put out this vibe, which is what I call an orbiter bait, a thirst trap. And it could be anywhere, like I said, school, office, grocery store. Social media is a big one. Social media is the most obvious one. It's because it's a platform. You can have followers, and your followers aren't going anywhere. It's not like the grocery store where, like, okay, you get a guy to like, oh, look at her, she's beautiful, and that gives you your little kick, but then it's over. It'd be better to have that guy follow you forever and just constantly give you compliments. It's like a opposite of a harem. You got these rich guys who have you have a harem of women. It's the opposite of that. It's like a woman with her harem of simps, her harem of beta orbiting white knights. It's weird, man, but it happens. So another thing is you'll see this a lot with like married women. You'll see it a lot with women who are in long-term relationships. Like I mentioned Ayesha Curry, and it's specifically for that reason, because once she's married, once she's in a long-term relationship, she's kind of taken, and that's it. And so she's fulfilled her sexual needs. She's fulfilled her intimacy needs. She's fulfilled her love needs. But the guy, once you're dating a girl, you're no longer infatuated with her. It's not the same kind of thing. You just kind of get comfortable with her. You get used to her. And then after a while, she starts to feel like she's not a 10 out of 10 anymore. Oh, my husband doesn't pay that much attention to me. Yeah, because you're his wife and you guys spend every day, all day together. He's bored of you. I mean, it's not a bad thing necessarily. You get used to somebody and then you just start going about your life and acting normal. But the female ego wants that 24/7 attention hit. Oh, he puts me on a pedestal, and you can't win. If you do that in a long-term relationship, she's gonna feel like, oh, I'm too important. I want to chase him, or I'm too, and then you'll lose the woman. But if you can't win that way, and then if you get too comfortable with her, you can't win that way either, because she's like, oh, I don't feel loved anymore. I don't feel wanted. It's just like this catch-22, this lose-lose scenario with women. And so a lot of times is, okay, you have this long-term relationship, 5-10 years, into the relationship, you're married, whatever. She's still attractive, but she feels like, gosh, nobody's hit on me in a long time. I don't feel... So she'll start to put out this orbiter bait, right? Oh, I'm with my guy. That's not going to change. I love my guy. It's too beneficial for me to leave him. Let me throw out this orbiter bait so I can get this low-key attention from guys that I would never get with, guys that I would never cheat on my husband with, but I just want the attention from them. And it's like a leech. She's leeching your male attention, your masculinity, and it makes her feel powerful, right? So this is all, I say this to say that as a red pill guy, we need to be equipped against this and know that this is what women do, and know that and be practical and sensible. She's married. Why is she looking at you, as if she's interested in you? She's doing it because she probably, it's not that she wants to cheat. She wants an ego hit. She wants that validation of, oh, he thinks I'm attractive, right? This is a vapid woman. That's a shallow woman. I don't care if she's married, taken, whatever. That's a vapid, shallow woman. She's not just, taking care of her goals. She's not just taking care of her family, loving her husband. She's searching for validation. When I saw what happened with Steph Curry and Ayesha Curry, I was like, dang, dude, that sucks for Steph Curry. Because here he's got a wife who is attractive. She's an attractive woman. She's overweight, but she's still good looking. And she's out here thirsting for other guys' attention. I mean, that's almost cheating. That's close to cheating. That's how I'd look at it. Oh, you want other guys to pay attention to you? You're my wife. This attraction and love is between me and you only. You're out here searching and thirsting for orbiters. You want guys to give you attention. You're putting out thirst traps. You're putting out orbiter bait. Hell no. Cut. That's a deal breaker, really, and that sucks to have that happen in your relationship. And I could see. This is why we need to raise our daughters better. I could see that happening for many relationships, because girls out here in this materialistic, shallow, gynocentric society are putting all their self-worth in their attraction. And when you're walking around as if, oh, because I'm attractive, therefore I've got all this self-worth and confidence, whatever, yeah, when you get in a long-term relationship, that's going to go away. And you're going to be like, dang, even though I found my, the love of my life, the man that I marry and want to be with, I'm missing out on that. And you should miss out on that, because that needs to go away when you get into a long-term relationship. Really, it shouldn't be there in the first place. Right? So at the end of the day, we need to have better values for our young women. If all they have to offer is sex, all they have to offer is eye candy, then that's a failed person. It doesn't even align with what feminism was supposed to be about at the beginning, which was allowing women to pursue their dreams, allowing women to earn high wages for interesting, great careers, But instead, they've settled for OnlyFans. They've settled to be Instagram models. They've settled for cam girl sites, right? This is the new, because it's just money. It's instant attention. It's instant money, and it totally feeds the ego there, right? So as red pill men, we need to be wary of this. We need to understand this, and we need to not feed into it. Don't allow a woman to get you to give her that energy, right? If she's thirsting, if she's looking at you like she's interested in you, maybe go talk to her. Maybe she really is. But if that doesn't work out, then peace out. No, you can't have my attention. No, I'm not going to be one of your orbiters, and I get nothing in return. Maybe I might want to date you. Oh, you're taken, you're married? Why would I look at you in any type of way ever? You're committed. There's no possibility for me to get with you, and I don't even want to, because I would never break up a marriage, and I would never even try, because that's not morally right. Right? So a lot of guys, where they get caught, where they get caught up and they get trapped in this orbiter thirst cycle, is they really think that they have a chance with the girl. And a lot of times that thought that they have a chance with her is very irrational. It's irrational. She lives close to you. You got her on social media. Okay, but have you asked her on a date? If not, you should, and you shouldn't give her attention without doing that. And if you do that and she says no, don't give her any more attention, period. And I've said that from the beginning. It's easy to get out of the friend zone. It's easy not to get into the friend zone. You just don't do it. You don't give a woman undeserved attention. You do not give her undeserved attention. Bottom line. If you're not dating her, if she's not hanging out with you, if you're not married, if you're not in a long-term relationship, you have no business talking to that girl. No business giving her any kind of validation, any kind of compliments ever. Period. If you try to talk to her and she's not talking to you, take her off your social media. You shouldn't have a bunch of model girls on your social media. That's weakness. That's a thirst that's a weakness for you, but it's also a thirst trap for her. She's got your soul. She's a succubus. She's sucking the attention of all these simp weak men who've idolized her, put her on a pedestal, and all you're doing is feeding your ego. You're not, and she might put out some sexy pictures every once in a while. And what are you going to do? Jerk off to them or something? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for guys. Do better. And that leads to a whole argument about porn or about, nude pics and all that. Like, why would you do that when you could just go out and get a girl? Go out and get a wife. Go out and find somebody who really loves you, as opposed to these whores, right? Who are just putting out these thirst traps, masturbating on camera, all the nasty stuff they're doing, right? Getting paid for it, whatever, but it's just like they're sucking your attention, they're sucking your life energy for nothing. You get nothing in return. You might get a release, but it's masturbatory. You're doing it yourself. You're not getting anything from them directly. It's just something to look at. Whereas if you go out and you find a real girl, it's so much more. It's so much, when you actually have intimacy with a girl, you actually have love and feelings and emotions in a girl, it's so much better than just, some whore on Pornhub or something. It's just like, it's not even comparable. When you're actually, there's different chemicals that are released, there's different feelings you feel, it's totally different when someone loves your heart and they love your mind, and it's how it's supposed to be. But because our culture is degenerate and basically just regressed, right? Guys are getting screwed. They're getting screwed over by this social media stuff. Anyway, that's a red pill that a lot of guys need to take. We need to do better in that area. Stop giving women attention. Stop even lusting after women that you don't have any contact with, you don't even know. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, there's this gorgeous girl, but she lives in another state and she's on my social media. Like, take that girl off. Take her off your social media. She's not doing anything for you besides making you lust after her, thirst after her, and then you probably say, "Oh, you're so beautiful," or try to message her, and all that does is build up her ego. It tells her she's better than you. It tells her oh yeah, these loser guys that'll never get me. And this is why, and it ruins women. This is why women are out here acting like they're goddesses, and they think it's cool. Oh, I'm a diva. Britney Spears taught me how to be a diva, right? Or whatever, Rihanna, or Taylor Swift, Beyonce, whoever, right? Whatever the new puppet, the new music industry puppet, who's really run by Satan, tells them what to do, or tells them how they're bad bitches or whatever, right? And then that gets solidified and validated when they got guys thirsting after them in their inbox. It's the way it is, man. Take that red pill and grow, and never validate these women like that. Anyway, it's been Jay Lee, another Northwest podcast. Appreciate you listening. Peace.